No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you've come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come, love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you. If there's some kind of trouble or pain you're going through, know that you are not alone and someone cares for you. As an individualization of divine point of view, this door is open to you. This door is open. This door right here is open for you. This door is open to you. This door is open. I'm talking about this door. This door is open. I said this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white or gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Happy Easter, Unity. So glad that you are here to celebrate with us as we rise.
Our rising God, our rising God, ooh, our rising God, God is the way to me. All that I am to be, is rising every day in God. I sing of God. I sing of God, ooh, I sing of God, singing its song through me. All that I am is God's melody. I'm singing every day of God. I yield to God. I yield to God. I yield to God, for God is all I see. All that I am is God rising as me. I'm yielding every day to God.
Thank you. And we welcome you this morning to Unity Spiritual Center of Portland. Happy Easter. And we just invite you to recognize that just maybe this celebration that's been going on for a couple thousand years, what if Easter was also that story of the rising power and presence within each of us? I'm Reverend Lisa Davis, and I'm here as senior minister. My pronouns are she and her. And if you have a question about God by any chance, we just heard this idea of rising. What if God was an energy field of presence and a power that lives in every being, everywhere, and that we live and move and have our being within, not something up in the sky. But I just invite you to open your heart to the possibility of the movement of spirit within you. Meister Eckhart, one of these Christian mystics from so long ago, said, "We are all meant to be mothers of God, for God is always waiting to be born." The infinite call of the universe, not somebody up in the sky, but instead the call of humanity. Anybody feel it in the sunshine this morning? In the awakening, there's new earth, there's flowers, there's life. That's the evolutionary impulse on this planet, and we're all gathering in that this day. We're going to open in prayer. And again, we believe that prayer is opening our hearts to what's in us, the fullness of life, the fullness of knowing, the realization that we're all a part of something larger. And so as we open in prayer, if by any chance there's been anything that shut your heart down this week, that you've said, "I can't do this, I'm not enough, I don't know what to do, I don't know where to put it," I just invite you to open your heart to the realization there is an eternal rising of love. Let's begin in prayer. Infinite Spirit, we might say Mother, Father, infinite knowing. We open our hearts. We say yes to that movement, to the realization that we are connected individually, collectively, and globally to all that is that ground of being. And to knowing that as we move through this day, we are open to a larger understanding, a greater story for humanity, for connecting, for all beings everywhere, and for ourselves, knowing that we come belonging to it all, belonging to the awakening, belonging to the love, belonging as we hold out our arms and know that we have come to walk together. And we say, thank you, Infinite Spirit, and for every being who is hurting, who is wondering where their next meal comes from, or who is dealing with war. Right now, we hold a space of compassion, of connection, of rising, so that all of us remember we are one. And so it is. Amen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Easter. It's so nice to see all of you on this bright, sunny Portland day we're having today. This ministry is based upon affirmative prayer, and each week we have prayer chaplains who are available to pray with you following the service. Today we have Carol Keffler and Lynn Soden. Yep, you can give them a hand. We are grateful. They hold the high watch here for us, and if you're not ready to pray in person, we have prayer requests in the backs of the chairs. You can fill one of those out, drop it in the prayer box here. They will hold that for you for 30 days. You can call our dial a prayer, which has a new message on it each and every day. And our Sunday morning guided meditations happen at 10:30 in the chapel each week before the service. So the big news today is that we're going to host the Easter egg hunt following the service today for our young people. And we'll have a wonderful visit from the Easter Bunny. And as always, we enjoy a special coffee and connection following the service. But I want to bring your attention, if you don't go out to see the kids, take a tulip tour around this garden. They are amazing. We love our garden team. Thank you all so much. All right, each week we have lots of things that are offered here during the week. We have Course in Miracles on Tuesdays. We have chair and meditation on Tuesday afternoons. We have a new class called Living the Spiritual Life Through Human Experience, which is a drop-in class. You can come any week. That's at 1:30, led by Carolyn Goolsby. And we have a civics book club that meets every Thursday at 1 o'clock, and that's a drop-in also. You're welcome anytime. Next Sunday is Name Tag Sunday. So before and after the service, you'll have a chance to ditch those disposable name tags and create one that you can use each week. It's also a chance to show support for our LGBTQ community by using your pronouns, and also helps those of us who want to remember your name. So please take advantage of that. Drew will be out at the table next Sunday. Also next Sunday, the women's group meets downstairs after the service. Each week they have a member of that group who does a little presentation on something that's important to them and important to you. So if you are interested in joining that group, next week's a wonderful time. 12:45, they meet downstairs in the teen rooms. Spring Community Outreach wraps up next week. If you haven't got those food donations in, there are flyers out on the table with a list of what's needed, and you can always make a donation if you're not up for shopping. Today was the last Sunday to get your green bags in if you're part of that project. And if you didn't get it in today, you can coordinate with Alice and drop it off this week. Delivery is this coming Saturday. There's a couple things coming up later in the month I want to mention. David Roth will be here in 2 Sundays on April the 19th. And it's always a really special Sunday when he's here to share his wisdom and message through his inspiring music. It'll be a real treat. You're going to want to come to that. And then our affirmative prayer class starts on Wednesday evenings, April the 22nd. This is an in-person class and on Zoom. It's a wonderful way. It's open to all congregants. It explores, clarifies, and re-examines affirmative prayer, and it's led by our prayer chaplains, Lynn Soden and Lori Lancaster, and you can sign up out on the lobby table. Many of you have asked about spring spirit groups. We had to get through Easter, but they're going to start up on April the 26th on that Sunday. This spring, we're using the book Buddha's Brain. They're available in the bookstore. Reverend Lisa will share on Sunday mornings, and then we will connect with our groups during the week to take a deeper dive into those chapters. It's a wonderful small group setting. If you want to make connection, it's a great place to do it. There's lifetime friendships made in these groups. And there's sign-ups on the lobby table and links in the newsletter. We have 6 groups this spring. All are in person except for one, which is the LGBTQ group. They're meeting on Zoom. So take a chance, sign up. It's a wonderful, wonderful way to connect. And I want to mention that membership opportunities for our community are coming up in May, and we have new membership forms out on the lobby table. All right, if you're a volunteer here at Unity, listen up. You received an email. I know we're not so great at RSVPing. That's a thing. But we are hosting a night of volunteer appreciation, a night of sweet gratitude, full of dessert and appreciation for all of our volunteers, whether you've served 1 Sunday or 100 Sundays. And I know some of you have served hundreds of Sundays. But we want y'all to come, share in this wonderful honoring of you. It's this Friday night at 7. So make sure you put that reminder in your phone right now. We want to see you. And if you purchased one of these beautiful flowers in honor and memory of someone, you can pick those up following the service. The rest are available for purchase, and Sherry Lawrence is going to be up here after the service to help you with that. Okay, if it's your first time here, welcome. We're glad that you joined us on this special celebration Sunday. If you did not receive a welcome packet when you came in the door this morning, our ushers have handfuls of those. They'd love to put one in your hands if you'll just hold it up high and let us know where you're sitting if you didn't get one. On the front, there's a red rose sticker, and we'd love you to put that on your name tag so we can give you a warm welcome following the service. As I mentioned earlier, we invite you down to Coffee and Connection today for some fellowship and a little Easter camaraderie. And then on the back, there's a yellow card. This gets you on our newsletter mailing list. As you heard, we're a very vibrant and active community, and there's a lot going on, and we want you to know about it. If you're QR code savvy, take a picture of that QR code and get online and give us your information. All right, enjoy this beautiful day. We'll see you out at the egg hunt. Thanks.
Thank you, Beth. Thank you. All right, and we do want to welcome all of you who are here for the first time, or if you haven't been here in a while. Wherever you are in your spiritual journey, you're welcome here. We are just simply a part of humanity, every one of us. And as Ram Dass said, we are walking each other home. And it has been an interesting walk this year. What I know is that it's so important for us to join together. If the words that you hear today work for you and there's some way that you can find a larger view of who you are and how you belong in this journey today, I would invite you to become a part. It's so important to connect with each other and to remember that we're all on a sacred journey, even when it feels like things are falling apart. Actually, sometimes they fall apart so that we can rise and create a larger story. So if these words work for you, I would encourage you to become a part. If they do not work for you, I would encourage you to continue seeking. Find a place that speaks the words that remind you of who you are and support you on your spiritual journey. All right, so we are going to stand and sing. If you're able, please stand with us. If not, allow us to sing to you.
Wherever I walk, let me be love. Let me be love. Let me be love. Wherever I walk, let me be love. Let me be love. Let me be love. And feel the peace. Wherever I walk, let me be peace. Let me be peace. Let me be peace. Wherever I walk, let me be peace. Let me be peace. Let me be peace. Feel the strength. Wherever I walk, let me be strength. Let me be strength. Let me be strength. Wherever I walk, let me be strength. Let me be strength. Let me be strength. Change. Wherever I walk, let me be change. Let me be change. Let me be change. Wherever I walk, let me be change. Let me be change. Let me be change. And now light. Wherever I walk, let me be light. Let me be light. Let me be light. Wherever I walk, let me be light. Let me be light. Let me be light and love. Wherever I walk, let me be love. Let me be love. Let me be love. Wherever I walk, let me be love. Let me be love. Let me be love. Woo.
And we just, yes, thank you. And we just invite you to turn those around you with a namaste, a handshake, a welcome. How are you? Enjoy your journey together. You know, Beth announced that our spring program will be Buddha's Brain, and we're using the book by Bruce Lipton. And, you know, if you think about it, Buddha and other spiritual teachers, Jesus, Lao Tzu, all of those who walked that sacred path, they were born with the same brains that we had. And some of the difference is that they used the ability to quiet their mind, and our thoughts and our ability to be silent and allow the inner message of the universe to flow through us actually shapes our brains, and it allows us to find a different expansiveness in the universe. And so every Sunday morning we do a short time of meditation, but the idea is just to remind us that the infinite wisdom on this planet flows through us as we're silent and quiet and remember that truth within. So as you listen to this music, I just invite you to quiet your mind, to quiet and just know that the essence is there. Awaken to love. As we quiet our minds, allow our bodies to soften, open our hearts. We know there is a presence within every one of us. There is a presence. I am. We allow that presence to rise, knowing that divine life moves through us this day. The places where stones have blocked our way, those stones roll away with the vibration of life. And in the silence, we simply allow that movement, that universal yes, to recognize as the divine in us says yes in the silence, in the silence. With every breath, there is a vibration of light, and I am awake. heart, mind, being, to the sacred journey that I am to walk this day, this week, this month, this year, as I simply say yes to that presence and power, infinite, infinite life. And so it is. Amen.
I am awakened to love. I am awakened. I have forgotten the fear. I have forgotten. I now remember the joy. I now remember. For I am awakened. I am awakened. I am awakened to love. I am awakened to love. I am awakened. I have forgotten the fear. I have forgotten. I now remember the joy. I now remember. For I am awakened. I am awakened. I am awakened to love. I close my eyes, I open my heart, I take a deep breath, let the healing start. I lift my hands, I plant my feet, I let love in, I feel the beat that's calling, calling, calling us to rise, rise, Spirit, rise up, rise in me. I ready my soul, I clear my mind, I'm here and now, in present time. I feel the power of 1,000 suns lighting up the dark. Oh, we rise as one. Oh, rise, rise, Spirit, rise up, rise in me. Oh, rise, rise, Spirit, rise up, rise in me, rise in me. I sing to you, I sing to you, you sing to me, you sing to me. Change up this noise, make sweet harmony. Come on and rise. Oh, rise, Spirit, rise up, rise in me. Oh, rise, rise, Spirit, thousand suns, lighting up the dark. Oh, we rise as one. Love's calling, 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 calling out your name. Love's calling, 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 calling. That's why we came. Love's calling, 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 calling out your name. Love's calling, 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 calling. It's why we came. Come on and rise, rise, Spirit, rise up, rise in me. Oh, rise, come on and rise. Oh, Spirit, rise up, rise in me.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, what an invitation. Spirit, rise up in me. Thank you. We are so blessed to have such wonderful music here and the inspiration you bring to us, Susan and Mark and all of you as you bring these ideas, because music can move into a place with us that sometimes get through where other things don't. But the ability to recognize that within this life that we live, this sacred journey that we take, there is a rising aspect. There is a rising up that is part of what we're celebrating right now, is that resurrecting spirit that will allow us, regardless of what's happening along our life journey, to find that rising, to find that lifting, to find something that reminds us we are more than what we may have been told, or how we may have been raised, or the way the world saw us. And our opportunity right now today is to truly say, are we willing to meet that? Are we willing to allow it within us? And then to know there's something more. I want to share with you, since I know that there are many of you who are here for the first time at Unity, and many say, I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about, because you use words different than what I grew up with. And yet I want to invite you into a possibility that what if this being that we call Jesus was a way shower? Just as Buddha was, or Lao Tzu was. And these are some of the ways that Unity looks at it. We look at these sacred times, such as Easter, as the archetypes, much like Carl Jung has done, these archetypes for a rising up, for the possibility of something more. I grew up in Unity. I did not know till I was 18 that there was anybody on this planet that thought Jesus was anything other than a way shower, and that I could learn from love. I could learn from inclusion. I could learn from the idea that they are my neighbor and they are my neighbor, and I could learn from forgiveness. And I really thought that it was a joke until a friend of mine came to school with a black eye, and he had argued with his father, who was the minister at the Baptist church in Lake Worth, Florida, South Florida. And he had said, I'm not sure I believe all this. And he had a really hard day. And I remember just looking at that and thinking, wow, there's a world I didn't know and didn't understand. So as we look at Easter today, I just invite you, wherever your teaching has been, to say, is there maybe something more that I could learn to use on my journey? Because the idea is that whatever we're studying and looking at, whether it's science, whether it's a tradition that is a different tradition, all of these are teachings that have these principles. And can we find a way to say, how do they anchor in my world? How do they remind me that I am an infinite creation of spirit, that I have these ideas within me? And so Easter, how I grew up hearing it, is that Easter is an archetype for that rising up. Crucifixion, this falling apart that happens, which is the crossing out of the old stories. Does anybody have any old ways of thinking, of being, or of living individually, collectively in this country, or on this globe that we are ready to let fall away? Because there are some people are raising other hands, or we've got two hands. That's what humanity asks for. It's an evolutionary movement, because evolution is the movement of humanity throughout time. And they can show you how consciousness has grown and how it has enlarged and how it teaches us if we're willing to be present to it. Is it difficult to be present to change, or a world falling apart, or war, or anger, or hurt, or pain? It's not easy. But I believe that this archetype, this story of Easter this year, and that's what it teaches us. This year, which I figured out, I think it's either my 32nd or 33rd time that I've done one of these. And I have all of them printed out, and I did. Actually, I threw a lot of them away this week. I decided they didn't work anymore anyway. But the idea of this, we could take the surface one, and we can look at what happened 2,000 years ago. Or we can take it anew every year, and we can say, what is it trying to teach me now? Because what we're letting go of, first of all, many of us had the privilege of living life individually and not looking at what was happening around us, because we had the wealth, we had the support, we had what we needed to do what we did. And we were taught we're individual, we're independent. But actually, we realize we're not. Humanity, we need each other. I remember my mother, who was also a Unity minister and a devoted Buddhist, used to say, we can get sick alone, but we can only heal together. And that's what we're learning as a country right now. We can get sick alone, but we can only heal together. So as I sat and prayed and worked with this idea of what does Easter, what does it call to me? I'm going to go through this. And by the way, I brought one of those old ones in just in case this really bombs. But I want to look at some serious stuff. Just so you know, I got all the notes here, just in case. But I want to look at some things that just maybe look a little differently. Because if you think about it, a resurrection happens from the darkest of days. Most of us want to get from the crucifixion to the resurrection, and we do not want anything in between. And we want it to have sunshine and clean and cheerful and all of those pieces. This week I heard Marianne Williamson say, that's what got us in trouble. We didn't go into the places that were the darker places. And by the way, this archetype, this crucifixion that happened, this crossing out of what 125 years ago, one of the co-founders of Unity said, it is the animal part of ourselves. It is the animal part of humanity that can't see we're one, and that we all have value and worth, and that there's something larger within us, and that we have that within us. And so he said that's what is being crucified, crossed out, taken down. And every year I have found plenty of ideas that need to go in me. But then after that, there is a moving into the tomb. Now we know by that part of the country that that was a cave. And that cave that was there, that represents the vitalizing, literally, that what happens in silence, what happens in the dark, what happens in there is that there is a recreation of life, a reordering of what is already there. Have any of us been through some of the dark, an absolutely dark time? Okay, a few have. Have we come out the same? No, we haven't. In the dark, there is actually a recreation. There is a re-understanding, a deeper knowing. And I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But what I want to talk about right now is one of the first things that, when Marianne Williamson, and I don't always agree with Marianne, but when she talked about the idea, we missed the boat when we went with a material Easter. We missed the story. We went from a crucifixion to a resurrection, and everything's fine, and I'm fine, and let's just keep going. And we learned that. But maybe, just maybe, there's something else, because Easter does come from the darkest of times. And I wonder if we look at it, what we find. And I'm taking something right now from Reverend David Alt. Some of you have heard of him. He's a CSL minister. He was in the, I don't even know what decade it was. He was a singer, and his group was called Alliance. And they wrote, I love myself the way I am. There's nothing I need to change. I'm beautiful. I'm capable of being the best me I can. And I actually recorded it in on a cassette tape, and I went through 2 of them. I just listened to them nonstop. The interesting thing was he was in a group and all 5 men were gay. 4 of them passed away from AIDS. While he was doing that, he went through a time in his life that not just reordered him, but he rose above and found a part of himself that he shares with humanity. But what he said he got this year is something that I have held. The word is hold. Hold. And I want us to think, you may not have ever connected Easter with hold. But he tells a story. He said he was living in Mobile, Alabama, and he was leading a spiritual center there. And he said it was years ago, and he received a call from a professor at a local Baptist university, and he was teaching a comparative religion course, and he wanted him to come in and teach. Now, that's really brave to go in and answer that. So he was calling a rabbi, a priest, and he thought he'd even go as far as to add a New Thought minister, which would mean Unity or CSL. And he said now he thinks back with great amusement at how much time he spent preparing. He made cards and flyers, and he could give everybody one of them. And he said he walked into this huge classroom, and it was built in an arena style. And so he was lower, and he was just looking up at all of these faces. And he said he just began his talk, and he just melted into that talk. And then he said what followed was not what he pictured. He said the questions were at first, they were annoyed. And he said these young people whose belief systems were being pulled and stretched in real time, he could see it because what they had grown up with was something very different. It was a story that was this way about Jesus and who Jesus was. And David was saying, well, what if it's this? And he said it's formulaic, really, presenting new considerations, new references about divinity, about creation, about an interpretation of God that is entirely foreign to how you'd been raised is unsettling. So he said, I can understand that. And then he said, I too had been groomed inside a contained dogma, and I knew exactly the kind of force that erupts in the body when something feels threatening. And I know he grew up in a very fundamental dogma that said you don't belong. And he had to go through and sort and find out where he did belong and who he was and how that God of his understanding was large enough to include him and be a part of him. And he said then at the height of the escalating questions, and then they got louder and louder, one student stood up and yelled the word heretic. And suddenly the room erupted. And he said he recalled a loud chorus of yelling for the rest of the class. And literally that's all that happened was yelling at him. And he said he stood at the lectern and he looked up at that horseshoe, all those heated, reddened faces. And he said, and something happened. I stayed. Not because I had some formal training or protocol in conflict management. I just stayed. In an extreme climate of conflict, I stayed and observed what was happening. And he said that wasn't usual for him. He said, I can't share with you any calculated reason for staying. And truthfully, I still don't know why. It was something that simply rose in me that was quieter than the noise, and it held. I could feel every pore of my body tingling, the familiar churning in my stomach, my face completely flushed, the ancient pull to flee or defend or argue back very much alive in me. But underneath it, and he said perhaps alongside it, something else was present, a kind of witnessing, a steadiness I had not summoned and could not entirely explain. And he said this is a teaching that he returns to so often, is if we can hold what's happening, simply stand there and observe it, we begin processing it. Because he said, your energy is where you last left it. If it's in a fight, he said, every place that we exit under the influence of fight or flight, every moment the nervous system declares too much and pulls us towards the door, something of us stays behind. What if we begin holding, just simply holding our place in spirit? And you might think, I'm not strong enough to hold. Somebody's told you that, because the truth is that you are. You are strong enough to hold. You are strong enough to begin to allow what's happening in your life instead of running. What's happening in this country, instead of running, what if we stand, hold? And you see, to go through a crucifixion, and I'm looking at Jesus and the 7 last words and the things that he chose to do, he held and observed what was happening because it was not more than he was. Because he had found an essence inside, and he had shared that kingdom of heaven is within you, and it's within you, and it's within you. The same as Buddha said, there's a Buddha in you. This is an idea that there's a strength within us, and we can hold something that's happening. And when he did, he said, this story rehearsed often enough, the one that says, I have to run, I'm not enough for this, I don't know what's happening, I'm afraid I'll lose everything, I'm afraid everything we have will fall apart. He said it becomes more real than the original moment, the fears of what's happened in our lives, and we spend years running our lives around it. Anybody have anything they have spent years running their life around? A part of what life told you were, or said you weren't, or you didn't have, or you didn't do. What if instead we hold ourselves? We let go of the exhaustion of avoidance, and we move into literally knowing who we are. It takes huge amounts of energy to create a life that says, I'm separate from God. And every one of us was taught that on some level. I'm separate from the aspect of the infinite. I'm separate from the people around me, from the humanity around me. But the truth is, there's something more. And he said that afternoon in Mobile, Alabama, I understand now, was one of the first times I ever stayed. Not heroically, but in that not leaving, something became available that flight would never have allowed. Deeply uncomfortable, in the face of what was coming at me, what I could see was that there was an essence in me that was more than what was coming at me. There was something more, and he said he never looked back, but he said, hold is what makes it possible for me. Now that's an odd idea, but what if in our life today we said, I'm going to hold something more? I'm going to hold where I am and what this looks like and know there's something more. And I want to talk a little bit about what is the something more also. So I'm not going to leave you there, but I want to look at it. Because this idea, and let me finish this. We're not trying to get rid of every problem. We're simply holding it in the middle of it. What if there's a deconstruction that has to happen in our society because we lived as long as we lived not paying attention to what was really happening? We didn't know the true history of what was happening to those who are black in our country, to those who are Hispanic, to those who have identified as gay or straight or any other. It was Trans Visibility Day on the 31st of March, but we didn't know all that. So we lived a life that looked like this, and we thought everything was working, and then we didn't realize, it wasn't working for all of humanity. It was working for some of us, and then it wasn't working for some of us. And then it lowered and lowered and lowered, and that deconstructing allows us to see, wait a minute, maybe there's something else there. If I can hold on long enough to allow the falling away to happen. I don't like it. I don't agree with it. But I'll tell you this, I trust that there is something in humanity and all of us that is saying, you have the ability for something more. And that something more doesn't include staying the same way we have been. It isn't about just going back and saying, could they just please give us this and this and this? Because the same essence that didn't believe we could have health insurance or that we could have an equality of beings isn't going to survive a world that begins to awaken. It's not going to survive the resurrecting power of the universe. So there's something more. And I want to talk about that something more from someone named Paul Levy. He actually lives here in Portland. But he said, we're truly living in dark times. More accurately, we're living in times where the darkness is emerging from hiding in the shadows, and it is becoming visible. Has anything become visible in your world? We might have wanted to run, but that's where holding comes in. Because when I have the ability to hold for 2 seconds longer, and then 2 seconds longer, and then 2 seconds longer, I have the ability then to say, wait a minute, that's my old shadow. That's the shame. That's what someone told me, that I wasn't this or I wasn't that. Or someone told me they weren't. Or this Hispanic person isn't who I thought it was. We have been told lies of humanity, and they are falling apart. But it's easy to become, and this is Paul Levy, back to him. It's easy and very seductive to become overwhelmed with pessimism, despair, and depression during these times of darkness, which would sadly be to unwittingly feed and collude with the darkness. And yet, to quote a popular saying on the French left, the hour calls for optimism. We'll save pessimism for better times. The hour calls for optimism. And he said, there has been an awakening. It is political, it is spiritual, it is creative, and in so many people, that might not have happened if the results had been different from where we are right now, from what is happening around us. And he said, this is a primordial idea. It's expressed in alchemy and Gnosticism and the Kabbalah, that hidden in darkness is a light that is waiting to be redeemed. It's waiting to be resurrected. It's waiting, and it moves through each of us, which means our part in this resurrecting power of the universe is to allow enough space, to hold long enough, to allow a falling away, to allow what scares us. And Pema Chardon talks so much about allowing what scares us, to hold. And then to recognize that the deconstructing that's happening is an invitation of our hearts. It's an invitation to say, what in here is ready to move and fall away? And when we do, something larger comes. He says, the great problem of our time is that, and this is Carl Jung, the great problem of our time is that we don't understand what is happening to the world. We are confronted with the darkness of our soul, the unconscious, and we must choose what to do with it. I thought, God, does it have to be that? Couldn't have we done it in a different way? And then I say, what could I do? This week I went back and read every history of the trans movement in this country that I could find. I decided that I needed, because to be an ally means I know a history. And I have a totally different understanding and story than I did before. And it's almost like we are living in this time, both individually and collectively, where there's no postponing, dealing with what's in front of us. Anybody get that feeling? I'm getting pushed in. I'm caving in. How do I hold on? How do I hold on? We hold on from the presence and power within us. From a realization, finally, we can say, they may have said I was separate from God, from the infinite, from the presence, from the power. And that was a choice that was made. Jesus did not say that, ever. Jesus said that kingdom is within you. There was a religion that was created that said that. And it was very profitable. But that's not what is being asked today. Today, the invitation is, will we as humanity hold a space for a possibility, hold an idea that maybe in the darkness, and not even maybe, science shows it, and he goes into some of the science of this, that in the microcosm and the macrocosm, what's happening within us and what's happening collectively in the world are the same. So when you see something out there and it looks like it's falling apart, ask yourself, what is being asked of me to allow to let go? Where am I being asked to do more? And then, Young also says, we assiduously avoid investigating whether in this very power of evil, and he's talking darkness, God might have placed some special purpose which it is most important for us to know. Do I want to know that? And what Paul Levy says is, the light is the seed in the darkness. But we must have the courage to go into the darkness, into the tomb, into the place that has bound us as individuals and collectively in this country. And the resurrecting spirit that allowed us to know this idea of the essence of always rising has always been within us. Look at the history of the blacks in this country. They have risen and risen and risen. Much of my time is spent reading the history as I can to know more and to understand what my soul can learn and what I can understand. And I know we have people from every different culture here, but I want us to understand there is a message in all of it. And the message is that you are whole and complete, that we are whole and complete, and the invitation of the universe is to know that within the darkest places are the seeds for all that is to grow. And I would just invite you to leave from this space saying, I'm a part of that growth. I have come to know it, to live it, to be it. And I allow all else to fall away. Happy Easter. Okay. Thank you. And I know we have two, Reverend Curdy's going to come up and do the offering, and Annie Adams, one of our board members, is going to share with you first.
Thank you, thank you. I am so very grateful for this place. Thank you, Lisa, for that wonderful talk. And I'm so grateful for the choir and seeing your smiley faces up here this morning. It just brings such love. Susan and Mark and the drummer, TJ and Sean and everybody and all of your faces. I am so grateful. And I know a lot of you, I see a lot of faces I don't know, and welcome. And I'm just going to take a brief moment to share with you something that's occurred to our Unity Spiritual Center in the past few months. Something just not kind of dark, I guess, but sad because it's costing us a lot of money. But our HVAC units were vandalized. They were pulled apart to remove the copper, and they were damaged. There is no just trying to fix it. So last week I gave you I showed you pictures, told you a little bit about it. We filed a police report, worked with insurance, and gathered bids. And unfortunately, the total cost to fix all this was about $25,390. So, so that we don't have to do this all summer. Oh, Lisa, I love you, but I'm too hot to listen. So in order not to be doing that all summer and to be able to have this as a rental where it's going to be cool inside, we will fix it. And I'm grateful to share that in just 1 week, we've already raised $4,797. Yes. Wonderful, wonderful. And just let that sink in, what we can do as a community. Mark and I kicked it off. He didn't know, because if you didn't know, Mark was sick last week and wasn't here. But I said we would each pitch in $254, because if 100 of us did $254, we'd be there. And so we have about 18 of us who've joined in that, so we are 20% of the way there. And if you're here today and just hearing this for the first time, we invite you to be a part of this. And this is in addition to what we're already giving, because it takes a lot to run a building. And Easter is a time of renewal. And this is one of those moments where we get to come together and care for the place that supports all of us. So thank you for being a part of this community, and you can go to, well, we'll talk about how you can donate, but it is, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'm Annie Adams, part of your board of trustees, and I'm grateful for each and every one of you. And now I'm passing it over to Reverend Curdy.
Thank you. So $254. Oh, how wonderful. And I'm nominating Joe and I next. Like Reverend Lee said, wasn't that a great sermon? Yeah. And a little bit of light. Sometimes in that darkness, I think we're talking about air conditioners. And so now is an opportunity to show how grateful we are for this spiritual community. And I'm grateful for each and every one of you here and everyone on Facebook. Thank you. And we have so many ways to give, and here they are. And if you can think of any new ways, please share. Please share. We're always open. So together, let us say our offertory prayer. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I receive. And so it is. Amen.
Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. I'm not holding it in anymore. I'm gonna shout it out loud. I understand now what I'm here for and what this life is about. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the door to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. There's a voice that I've heard for years. I learned to keep it inside. Well, now it's coming in loud and clear. I want a deeper life. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the door to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I wanted to share with you, if you're interested in joining our spirit groups, please think about it. This, you can get the book in the bookstore, but also it is an opportunity to work together and get to know some people. They are all in person, other than there's one that's on Zoom. If you're interested in having it on Zoom, just go ahead and talk to Beth and see if you'd like to start another group. We can do that also. So please know, this will be starting in 3 weeks. Next week, we're going to look at the courage to meet every day, and then David Roth will be here, and we'll start that week after. All right, in just a moment, we're going to sing in our youth. And what I always talk about and what I want us to remember is that we aren't just walking independently from people. Everything that we are, all of the essence that we are, and in quantum physics, they talk about this idea that we're all interconnected and that actually we affect those around us just simply by our being. As our kids walk through the door, my invitation for every one of us is to allow the love that is the core of our being, whether we allow it or acknowledge it or not, and move it into the center of this room, because our intention at Unity is that every youth who is a part of this community knows that they have the divine aspect of the universe within them, and that that's the truth of their being. So we're going to sing them in, and I just invite you to encircle them with absolute love.
You are the star of the morning. You are heaven smiling at us. You're God's gift of tomorrow. Oh, how we love you. Oh, how we love you. You are the star of the morning. You are heaven smiling at us. You're God's gift of tomorrow. Oh, how we love you. Oh, how we love you. You are the star of the morning. You are heaven smiling at us. You're God's gift of tomorrow. Oh, how we love you. Oh, how we love you.
He's here. He's here. You got him. All right, and we have a lot of infinite creations of spirit, don't we? Welcome. We're so glad you're with us. We are so grateful. And Oh. Thank you, Otis. I appreciate that. There we go. Everett, you did great.
It's nice now to get them all up there. You can hear. You can stay by me. We had fun. We read a book about the caterpillar, who just didn't want to change. And then he found out that it felt very good to have beautiful wings and reach the stars. So that was our Easter story for today. And just a reminder that these little guys, 7 to 11, we're collecting money, a plant sale, for them to go to camp in June. And I don't think, teens, do you have anything?
Is anybody sharing anything? Just so you know, the camp for 7 to 11-year-olds is sponsored by our teens. They create a curriculum and they go through a training that is there to remind every youth that they are whole, infinite, and complete just as they are. And it is one of the most powerful experiences I've ever seen when teens are reminding them. Much different than, there's plenty of adults, but boy, what a blessing. So it is a gift. Okay.
And then to know that our kids' camp is the only one in the country in Unity. It's unique to us. It was created by the Northwest region here, and it is the only one for 7 to 11-year-olds. So we're really special that we get to have this here.
Okay.
43 years, I think, too. It's our 43rd year to do it.
Yeah. Okay, we just want all of you to know we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divine that you are. All right, as a I'm not, what am I supposed to do? Oh, okay. They didn't tell me this. Somebody's coming. Wow, look who's, nobody wants to know. Is he big? Is he really big? He is. He's very big. Okay, well, look what he has. All right, now we're going to stand and join hands and sing Let There Be Peace on Earth and Let It Begin With Me as our intention.
Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let's walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me.
Lisa,
Yeah, you better tell us the instructions.
I will, but we have one little one that did not come up with us because he's sleeping. So I wanted the parents to know that he's safe.
Oh, there's
and
someone
okay.
else downstairs,
And
yes.
Liv is downstairs with him. I forgot.
And there's an adult down with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's sleeping.
So, what is happening after the service?
So after the service, Mr. Bunny here is going to stay up here, and you can take pictures with him.
Adults, you're talking
The
about.
adults, the children are going to go downstairs, get a snack with their parents, and then we will connect with the bunny and see what's outside. Is
All
that
right,
okay
and
with
any of you
Bunny?
who have kids in this sanctuary, you're welcome to join them. Come downstairs. We have a connection hour. We're very excited. We're going to close in prayer, and then we're going to sing our kids out because they walk slower than you do, and we really want them to get down safely. So we are going to say, the
Stand
light
around.
of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And they make it very firm. We're so happy to have you. Please join us downstairs after the service for Connection Hour. We love you. Happy Easter.
I'm gonna